Hi there, so in this video we are going to change the brake pads and discs on a Mercedes A-Class. This is the A220 diesel, 64 plate I think, maybe. New shape, well, depends what year it is when you're watching this, but yeah. So let's crack on. Get that door open, lock and wheel nut key is obviously the first thing we're going to need. Yeah, so lucky for me, pop this door open and the lock and wheel nut key's on the seat there, which is great. Pop the bonnet lever. We'll get the bonnet up because we've got to check that brake fluid before we start. Nice easy catch to get out there. Pop that in. And there we go, there's your brake fluid reservoir. So we'll have a good look at that. And we've got plenty of room there, you can see that. It's just below the maximum level, so we can push the pistons back. Let's whip these wheels off. Now the jacking points are these plastic things underneath the sill. So if you've got a trolley jack, you can just pop it straight on there, or just use the standard jack and locate it into the lugs either side. We'll whiz these wheel nuts off. These are 17mm nuts. Just taz them off with a gun there. Makes life a lot easier. We've got the locking wheel nuts inside this little plastic box. So if you're struggling to find it, that's what you're looking for. It's a little plastic box, usually in the boot or the glove box. Stick that on it. It'll only go on one way. Again, whiz that out. Then we can take the wheel off. There it goes. Lovely, lovely. Get that out of the way. Now you can see this brake disc, and there is the scuffed up, scored disc where the brake pad's gone right down to the metal, and it's completely worn the grooves all the way around that, took the shine off it. So we're going to need to replace the disc. That is the little Torx bit we've got to get rid of, which is, it's a 35 Torx bit. Now we'll turn that around to give us access to these two bolts. These are a 13mm bolt with a 17mm nut on the back to hold. That's the brake wear adjuster. Now you just literally pull that out of that little holder there. This is a beautiful system. It's really easy to change. The BMW I did last week was much more difficult to get off. You know, messing about with clips, taking the inner lining out. But on this one, straightforward, just pull the little clip out of there and you're away. So let's taz these out, like I say. You can use, if they'll come out like I've got there, holding it with my fingers, it's quite loose. Just whiz out those 13mm bolts. And then the caliper, with a bit of a wiggle and a jiggle, is away. Look, beautiful. Just hang that down there. It's not very heavy, it won't hurt the pipe. And then you can just whip these pads out there, and you can see quite worn down. And this outer pad here is, like I say, right down to the metal. That is absolutely had it. Look at that, right down to the metal. That's destroyed that. So we'll clean up this little retaining bracket for the caliper there, where these pads are going to be sliding. Need to give those a wipe down, scrape any crud off that's on there so the pads will slide nice and free. Not too dirty, quite clean. And now we can get this caliper up and out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cable tie it up to the spring at the top there to hold it out of the way. There we go, just whip a cable tie around that to the spring, because we've got to get this bracket off the bottom, this caliper retaining bracket. It's going to be quite tight, and I don't want that dropping down and then damaging the wire to the sensor. So it's cable tied up out of the way on that spring up there. That's great, gives us a bit more room. There you go, look. Right then, so this is an E18 bolt. If you're unsure what E18 or E-Torx sockets look like, it's this sort of external Torx bit, and that's the one there. So let's pop out this Torx bit. It's a TX35, and that just releases the disc there from the hub. Just whiz that off. Got some new ones here. These are the padded ones, they're really good quality. Pop them out the packet and slip them straight on. Just making sure the hub's nice and clean before you fit the disc. And then we'll pop that Torx nut back in again. Just twist that back up again. Just holds it all in place. You haven't got to get too mad with it. Just give it a little tickle. There we go. Got some nice new nuts there on the brake pad set. They all come in that again padded stuff. Got the new wear sensor. We'll pop that out the packet. Again, it's a really nice sensor, this one, much better than the BMW version. Just clips into the brake pad. As you can see there, as that wears down, it just goes through the contact on the end, so you will need to replace that sensor, otherwise your brake warning light will just stay on. Just clip straight into the back of that padlock there. Just line it up, give it a push, and it just pops in. Lovely system, very nice. Pop that retaining bracket back on again. Get them up nice and tight. We don't want them coming off in a hurry. Whiz them up. Making sure them sliders are free as well. We don't want those to be sticking. If they are, you can just pull them out and put some grease on them. Just lube them up a bit, but like I say, this one is as free as a bird. I'm sure we'll check them in a minute. Get them up nice and tight. Yeah, beautiful. That ain't going anywhere. And then we can clip these pads in. Back end in first, and then slide the front in last. Just as you're squeezing the little springs, you're squeezing the little springs in as you're putting them into the caliper retaining bracket. Back in first. Can be tight, like I say. Push and clean. There we go. Lovely. Then we'll drop that caliper back down again. We've got to squeeze this piston in. So we get the big grips on there. I like using the grips. You can use a retaining caliper retracting tool, but these grips work absolutely fine, and they're really, like I say, really easy. Just put a nice steady pressure onto that piston and it goes back. Slide that back on. Watching we don't damage that wear sensor. It just pulls through the centre there. Beautiful. We'll put that in a minute. We'll get the bolts in first. Like I say, I've got these new shiny new bolts, and they've got Loctite on the bolts as well, so they're never going to come out of their own accord. So that we can refit this wear sensor. It'll only go in one way. Look, I'm faffing about with it. But it will only fit one way into that little clip there. It's got a lovely little rubber seal around it as well, so you're not going to get any water or debris in there. And just push that all the way home. Like I say, it's a lovely little system that. I do like that. Then we'll whiz the bolts back up again on the caliper. Just making sure they're nice and tight. That's a 17mm spanner that you can use just to hold that inner nut to stop it spinning while you're doing them up. Once you get to the point where it's nicked, they don't spin anymore, they hold themselves. But it's just getting them going, because they've got Loctite on them, then they can just spin those adjusters around slightly. Straighten that up, whack the wheel back on again. And that's one side done. Now the other side, exactly the same, except you haven't got the wear sensor on this side. So you just whip that off, turn it around, and do exactly the same on this side as what we did on the other. Whizzing them out. Like I say, there's your spanner again, just to hold it if you need to, if it's rotating on you. Give that a little wiggle out with that caliper. And you can see on this side, look at the thickness on those pads. They've not worn down half as much as what the other side did. Same thing again. Swap it over. There's no brake wear indicator on the passenger side on this model. It's all done off the driver's side. Recheck that fluid. So you don't need to take the lid off, you can just give it a shake and see through the bottle. The level is absolutely super, and once we've pressed this brake pedal and pumped it up, the level will just drop slightly and be right up to the maximum. So it's a real good job. This new system of, or what the manufacturers are keen to use at the moment, seems to be the brake pads have got these little spring clips attached to the brake pads, and for whatever reason they seem to be sticking slightly, so we're getting odd wear on the brake pads. Seems to be one pad wears down quicker than the other three. So on the front brakes you've got 4 brake pads, 3 of them seem absolutely fine, but one of them seems to be wearing down quicker, and it's just down to the only thing I can put it down to is that the little spring clips are tight on all the pads, but one of them is looser, and it's just causing it to wear quicker. Because the calipers are all free, pistons are free, there's no other reason. I can't find anything else wrong. Once we swap these brake pads over, it's all good. So, great little job there. If that's been of any use to you, drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe, drop me a comment. As always, love your comments. Anything differently you do, let me know. Thanks for watching.